Today on Growth Gatherings, we are joined by someone who has mastered the art of business, people, and well timed humor, the one and only Ayaz Admani, a sharp businessman and a true people's person. Ayaz didn't build a career, he built it from scratch with courage, grit, and no plan B. Let's hear his story. Welcome, Ayaz. So, you're currently running a very successful company. It's been now about 25 years?
Yep.
SeaGold Private Limited.
Yes.
So tell us all about your journey. How did you come up with this idea?
Okay. So the journey started 1st September 2000, which
Hmm.
is a little over 25 years. And before that, I was working for a company. So to be very, very honest, the plan was not where we are today.
Hmm.
The plan was very simple, that me and another business partner, he would invest the money and I would run the company. And we had a plan of making about $4,000 to $5,000 a month, split it and live a happy life together in terms of as friends.
Uh,
So, but my journey, I would like to, explain or give this advice that nothing goes by plan.
huh.
Everything is, what is in there in your fate. It's kismat, it's luck. I would say 90% जिंदगी में जो भी होता है लोगों की in terms of
Hmm.
career or work profession, for I believe it's kismat. It's 100% luck. Being at the right place at the right time, nobody can plan that. It is just kismet. It happens on its own. So we had a different plan that we will do this, and then things change because every business has its own challenges
Hmm.
and demands. And in Pakistan, I think a lot of companies were trying to do something which we were not prepared to
Hmm.
do. If we had to make money, we had to do a little bit of tweaking, which I was not ready for, and I would never do that because that's the way I live
Hmm.
my life. So I stopped that business, what we
Hmm.
started on, and we started focusing on moving full containers from Pakistan to different parts of the world. And then I just saw that when I started in 2000, there was only one company that was dominant in Pakistan to US trade.
Hmm.
And I thought that, it's not possible that one company could do that forever. And I thought that there was a vacuum and there could be some opportunity for us. So I started traveling to America on a very tight budget. It was like $85 a day, which included my stay, my car, the parking in Manhattan, which was I negotiated a deal with the parking garage because I used to go every day for straight for 2.5, 3 weeks. Started going to customers who were importing textiles and garments from Pakistan. Initial 2 years, we did not get any break because they
Hmm.
were like, "Who are you? Why should we give you
Hmm.
business?" And in America, they're very cutthroat, so they
Hmm.
know. I mean, they would not even offer you coffee, tea, or
Hmm.
something until they know you.
Hmm.
So first 2 years were quite challenging, but I was determined that कुछ होने वाला है
Hmm.
because एक कंपनी नहीं कर सकती है सब
हाँ.
कुछ impossible है किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में नहीं है.
हाँ.
So then luck favored, and then there was a big break that I got with one large importer in America.
Hmm.
That was my first break, and that's where I think our company was put on the map in the logistics
Hmm.
world, and the shipping lines and airlines started knowing
Hmm.
us. And but it was a small business. That company was large,
Hmm.
so we suddenly got a jump, which was a big stride for us. And then things changed. And then suddenly we started getting customers left, right, and center one by one because then we had the right buying rates, we had the right connection with the shipping line because of that big customer. And I would say that, as I said, it was all about luck, but yes, we did a lot of hard work, and we started with 4 people. So I used to call them, "Be ready, containers are coming." So get them on board, get the
हाँ.
business rating ready, and then there's a big show in Vegas. It's called Magic, but it's primarily for textiles, for garments actually,
Hmm.
not even textiles.
Hmm.
So I used to go there twice a year. I made these t-shirts. I normally wear black t-shirts. So I made black t-shirts with orange fluorescent written in the back saying SeaGold, your logistics partner in Pakistan. And I used to walk around Magic in Vegas all over. And then somebody would call me, "Hey, Pakistan, come here." So I'd go explain and tell them what we can do for them. And then, this was the journey. It started. And then today we are here 25 years later. When I look back, I can only thank God. And I mean, honestly, it's been an absolutely amazing journey. Life has been, and I would say that in any business, whoever wants to do any business or profession, you need to have a passion for it. If you don't have the passion for it, you can't win. Like it's like a sport. If you like I play squash every day, and it's like a passion. Like even before coming here, I played at 4 o'clock today because I didn't want to miss it. So that passion, if you have in your profession, then I think sky's the limit. Nothing will stop
Yeah.
you.
So, one thing you mentioned, you attributed a lot of success to luck.
Yes.
And a lot of people say luck is just, it doesn't happen by chance. There's something else behind it.
Yes. Luck changes.
What do you think
Yes.
in your case, or when you guys were sort of forming this company, what was the secret ingredient, if you can share?
So I would say that there's only two things which are common in most successful companies. If you read about them, and I read a lot about successful companies, or not even like companies, because I want to know what people are doing,
Yeah.
how they think, what are the reasons. But two basic ingredients that I found out is fair dealing, जिसमें you can say कि किसी का हक नहीं मारना,
हाँ.
लोगों को टाइम पे पैसे देना, don't fleece your customer, don't try to make
हाँ.
shortcuts, and the most important part is charity. So आप जितनी भी बड़ी companies देख लो, जितने भी successful देख लो, और contentment होती है उनमें, because when God gives them, they return a big part of that to society, to humanity, to God's people, and I think that really changes everything. It changes the entire perspective of life. Forget about making money or your business being successful. It gives you contentment, and I feel that greed is what is a disease. And if you start giving, and once that you feel happy when you're giving, that means your connection with God is made, and that is the biggest contentment that anybody could get. And I feel like today, honestly, I'm very content in my life. I may not have a lot of money, or I'm not like filthy rich or whatever, but I enjoy what I do. I enjoy life.
हाँ.
If I have something, I would, go out and do it. And I, I believe in giving a big percentage of whatever God has given you out. And I think that is the main ingredient.
And I think there's something else that I notice is which is very non-tangible. It's about your energy. And the reason I'm also talking about it, because I am a certified energy coach, and I do notice this, that some people have this energy, and especially when you mentioned that in the early days you would visit and would wear that t-shirt. I'm sure there were rejections, failures,
How many?
but how do you manage your aura during those difficult times?
Passion, because as
हाँ.
I said, if I wasn't passionate about this business, I would have stopped, because there was lots of rejection. 2 साल आपको कुछ नहीं मिल रहा,
हाँ.
तो आप कितना टाइम लगाओगे? But मुझे ये था कि नहीं कुछ होएगा. So
But
like, even when
हाँ.
I play, and when I'm playing tournaments, I mean, my goal is to win. I mean, not to get to quarters or semis or get to
हाँ.
the final. My goal is to win. Like somebody, my niece that day came and told me that Ayaz, she calls me Ayaz, and she said,
हाँ.
Ayaz, I came third in my school race. So I was like, so what's so good about it? And she was like, what do you mean I came third? I said, no, there's only one. So if everybody knows Michael Schumacher, nobody knows who's number two. I mean, people who are not into F1, they wouldn't know who's number two. So in life, that is my way of doing things. It's either one or no. So like in my business, from Pakistan to America, we lead the market. We are number one. From Bangladesh to America, we are number one. And we are, targeting a few more countries. And my goal is again same, be number one. And I tell my guys, I mean, my guys are also super motivated. So when I read about these successful companies, of course, there are charity, fair dealing, and then because we're into people's business. We're not manufacturing a glass or a book or a table or something that my quality is the best, but we're into service. I mean, we're a middleman. So middlemen can be either like, okay, we want to make so much money in one shipment, or you can believe in, doing a high volume and low margins. So my philosophy, and I tell my guys, is that we do high numbers, low margins. Customers will love you because they will know that, you guys are not, we're not fleecing them, or we're not trying to take advantage. And be on the pitch. If you're on the pitch, you'll get a bad ball, hit it for a six. And if you are dejected, and if you get like, rejections can slow you down, then I think business is not for you.
So is the passion, charity, and values, I
Yeah.
think ethics.
Yes. That's it.
So
Nothing
you,
else.
yeah, and you started your career with an MNC. And
Yeah.
then after 7 to 8 years, you started this business. So tell us, what are the learnings? Because a lot of people I meet now, they want to switch, but they don't know how.
Okay. So I used to work for Maersk, which was at that time the number one shipping line in the
Hmm.
world. Today, I think they're number two. MSC has taken over. And I joined them as a literally as a clerk
Hmm.
because I was in college and I was doing my first year, second year actually. And, my family conditions were that I
Hmm.
needed to bring in some bread. And I opted, like one of my very close friend, we were playing snooker. I used to play snooker also.
Hmm.
So he told me while playing, why don't you apply for this job? It's
Hmm.
in the paper. I said, I don't know anything about shipping and I don't think they'll get me.
Hmm.
He's like, I'll teach you a little bit. His background was shipping. So he taught me a little and I applied and I got the job, but it was like a clerical job. Before that, I was selling cars at car deals, a
Hmm.
showroom. And so I said, okay, great. So I asked for a salary, which they said, no, we have to give you more because our minimum is 4,500. So I started at 4,500 rupees in 1993, 14th November. And I was a clerk, so I used to do data entries and
Ah.
all that. But within those 6 years with Maersk Line, I got probably like 7, 8 promotions that included them sending me to Faisalabad to run the branch,
Hmm.
which was a big, big
Hmm.
shift for me.
Hmm.
But I think it has helped me a lot.
Hmm.
That shift to Faisalabad helped me a lot. I've made a lot of contacts, connections,
Hmm.
a lot of friends because Maersk was a big brand, and to sell Maersk it was very, very
Yeah.
easy. So you didn't have to do any like no rocket science.
Hmm.
I mean, you just walk in, you say I'm Maersk, and this is what it is,
Hmm.
and people would buy it.
Hmm.
So I, when I wanted to do my own business, I felt that in life one should give him or herself one opportunity at least to do something which could turn things around like in a big way. It could, or maybe not, but there's always a positive side to everything.
Sorry,
So
but I'm going to stop you
no
here.
problem.
But is it because people should do it so they make a lot of money and improve their lifestyle? Or is it because there's a problem statement and you want to address that problem statement?
Money is secondary. If you are targeting money, then I don't think you'll ever get there.
Hmm.
So you have to target uh, a plan. Like you make
Hmm.
a plan, you say, okay, I want to do this, but should be secondary.
Hmm.
First is what will make you happy in life, like achievement. For example, when you see my favorite Djokovic, and
Hmm.
when you see him doing all that workout and hard
Yeah.
work and winning, it's amazing. I mean,
Hmm.
he's achieved something in life.
Hmm.
Similarly, these sportsmen and a lot of other they've
Hmm.
achieved something. So the biggest, I would say, satisfaction point in life is achieving.
Hmm.
So if you do that, money and everything will follow. I mean, money should not be your major concern. Or
Hmm.
so I was trying to tell you that you have to know yourself. Everybody has
Hmm.
to know yourself. Like you got to know who you are, and you got to know 100% about how able you are. For example, when I started my business, I had a job with Maersk, and I knew that God forbid if my business was
Hmm.
not run, I would get at least a similar or a better job. I used
Hmm.
to get offers left, right, and center for different shipping lines and different companies. So I knew that, getting a job was not even like a question, that
Hmm.
100% I'd get it. And once you know that, that is the biggest um, positive side on your decision making.
Hmm.
It helps you immensely in terms of making that decision about doing something on your own because okay, if I fail, no problem, I'll do better
Hmm.
of what I'm doing today. So I'm not going to be on the street.
Hmm.
So whatever you do in life, you have to know that flip side of the coin, if it's
Hmm.
flip side of the coin, you're not going to come on the ground.
Hmm.
And then that's it.
So there's also confidence, but believe some people they struggle with that self confidence because while we all feel we are marketable and we'll find something, but having that self belief, uh, that also requires a little bit of courage. So is there something around
It's
self belief?
upbringing. It's how you've been brought up because I think this is a natural thing.
Hmm.
Nobody can buy it or learn it.
Yeah.
Or it's a natural thing. This is how, as a kid, you've been raised. Like for example, my parents used to let me play all sports. Just
Hmm.
I used to, as I said, I used to just go to win, win, win. I started playing snooker while I was in school, and suddenly I became so good at it. And then there was a junior championship under 21 in Pakistan.
Hmm.
I was in the finals, and we couldn't play the final because top two people had to represent Pakistan in the World Under 21 Championship in Bangalore. So me and the other guy who were in the finals, he's my friend Naveen Parwan. We both went to Bangalore in India to play the World. So I mean, my father pushed me a lot to continue playing, and he was giving me all the. So I think upbringing on how parents today, like parents are always about my kid got three A's, eight triple
Huh.
A's, A
Huh.
plus, A ma. I'm not a believer that only education is
Hmm.
what we have to translate into your future. I feel that upbringing with telling your kids to do whatever they like,
Yeah.
let them live their passion, and give them the courage, the confidence, and the support, and that is what will translate into their future.
Great, Ayaz. Now, talking about your business, how many employees do you have right now?
I would say across SeaGold, we probably would be around 450 to 470 people.
So, from a team of
Four,
4 members to 450.
450, I don't know the exact number, but we're over 450 for
Yeah.
sure.
So, again, how do you handle team's motivation? Because obviously they're not directly reporting into you. How do you develop your team and how do you gain their loyalty?
So basically, in our business, it's about people.
Huh.
We're not manufacturing. We don't have a machine. We don't have any product. It's all
Hmm.
service. So service is derived by the people and how they deliver it.
Hmm.
And what I've been doing since we started, and when we were four, and today we are over 450, what we have done is that I have given a lot of authority and responsibility to the people who report to me. And then in any company, the culture will always be what comes from the top. So my way of keeping people motivated is um, make sure that they are financially extremely happy, and that will only happen when you feel that you need to give out whatever the company does. A certain percentage of that has to go out to everybody, not only people who bring in business. So we have two types of payouts in our company that. We give, of course, the salespeople, they get commission for business they bring. And then we have a certain percentage of whatever the company makes. It's called we call it in our company a non-sales incentive, which goes to everybody, even the PN, like, they would
So, the
like
back
people,
office staff also.
everybody,
Huh.
drivers, PNs, back office, everybody gets that. And the more the company will make, because the percentage
Huh.
is the
Huh.
same.
Huh.
So whatever you make, they get it. So that's why they stay motivated. Then when depending on the company's financials, and if we do well, we pay out a lot of bonuses. Like this year, we did about 4 bonuses, which I don't think in our industry is common at all. And I mean, four is not in any industry, I guess. But this is the way I believe you keep everybody motivated, and I think they deserve it. So I'm not doing a favor to them, because, as I said, it's people's business, and if it was just me, I don't think we would have
Huh.
achieved anything close to where we are today. It's all people, and everybody's motivated. So when I walk into my office, I mean, honestly, it gives me the best part of my day is when I walk into the office. And trust me, it's like a stock exchange. People are like, hey, yeah, phone, okay, let me book you, let me do this, let me
Huh.
do that. And whoever comes to my office, like shipping lines, airlines, they're like, we go to a lot of these companies, but इधर energy different
Huh. They
है.
sense the energy. Huh.
Energy वही है कि मेरी भी बहुत energy है. मैं भी तो my people also, they tell me कि यार आप मतलब you too like बहुत ज़्यादा तेज है कि आप ये भी करो, वो भी करो, यूं भी. But I mean, that's what how I've been
Yeah.
brought up. And ये तो personality trait, इसमें ये नहीं हो सकता मैं सीख लिया मैंने. This is a personality trait, and this is how God has made me.
But the other thing is, how do you describe your leadership style?
So leadership can be like in Pakistan, a lot of companies are set oriented,
Huh.
where top boss will say, okay, आज ये होगा,
Huh.
mood के ऊपर depend करेगा.
Huh.
आज मेरा mood है कि हम
Huh.
सब बिरयानी खाएंगे.
Huh.
So I don't do that. As I said before, that I've given full authority and responsibility to the people, and entire teams are all divided into different areas, and everybody has their own KPIs, and we monitor. I mean, okay, in my company there's no time limit. Like you can come in whenever you want, you can go away wherever you want. You can work from home, you can go to the beach and work. I just want delivery. So, I mean, nobody will question you why you here at 12, why you here at 11, why didn't you come at 9? Nobody's question. And I've learned this from the West, where how the companies were operating over there. In Pakistan, I think it's a bit of a challenge sometimes because कुछ लोग advantage लेते हैं. But I think जहाँ responsibility और authority हो और अगर आदमी इंसान अगर खुद he's a straight person that he doesn't want to take advantage and do the right thing, then I think it's the best way to keep your people motivated. कि पूछो ही नहीं, सवाल ही नहीं करो, बस ये बताओ delivery है कि नहीं, काम हुआ कि नहीं. Everybody in my company knows. Customer complain करेगा, so I will be mad. I will just get off my seat. I'll walk in there and say क्या हुआ, क्यों हो रहा है, सही करो अभी इसको. Because हमारा business is all driven by customers, and word of mouth is your game. I mean, if you are my customer and if you're like happy, you'll tell 20 other people, यार इससे काम करो, बहुत मजा आता है. So that is what my goal is. कि customer should talk extremely high of SeaGold. They should say that best company कौन है, ये है.
And customer retention rate क्या है?
बहुत है. हमारे जो कस्टमर डे वन से हैं वो आज तक हैं, अनलेस कि कुछ ऐसे हों जिनसे हम नहीं काम करना चाह रहे थे. एंड द रीजन इज loyalty of a customer will only come with trust. जब तक trust नहीं है, there's nothing. And trust is when they know exactly what you're doing. So most of the customers that I deal directly with, they know what my cost is. They know what I'm selling to them. They know how much money I'm making out of them. And they know कि मुझे इसकी क्या advantage मिल रही है. Transparency होनी चाहिए. और मैं उनका फायदा कराता हूँ ना. Like for example, we move about 70,000 containers a year from here, from Pakistan. So we buy better. We go to the airline, we do 500 tons of air freight every month. So we go to the airline, we go to the shipping line, we buy a better rate, and then we give that advantage to the customer, and then they're happy if I'm making 5% gross. They don't care. And I think 5% gross is very important because 3.5-4% तो आपका कंपनी चलाने का खर्चा होता है, and then you make 1. Global companies, they make about 2.5% because they have systems and they've invested heavily. I think local companies, if you make 1.5% on your turnover net, I think that's fine.
So पाकिस्तान में business करना थोड़ा सा challenging है, right? Because there's never a dull moment. How do you see it?
देखो, हर मुल्क में अपनी अपनी चैलेंजेस होती हैं. आई मीन मैंने तो, क्योंकि हमारा बिजनेस ग्लोबल है, तो मैंने पूरी दुनिया में जाके सेल्स करी हैं. आई मेट कंपनीज ग्लोबली. एवरी कंट्री हैज देयर ओन चैलेंजेस, एंड आई थिंक जितना लोग कहते हैं, मेरा नहीं ख्याल इतना मुश्किल है पाकिस्तान में. आई हैव बीन डूइंग बिजनेस फॉर 25 years. यस, वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ एजेंसीज दैट कंट्रोल, बट मेरा ख्याल है कि ओवर टाइम ये सब चीज़ें सेटल हो जाती हैं, बिकॉज लोगों को टाइम हो जाता है, यू बिकम इम्यून, राइट. बट ये हर मुल्क के अपने अपने चैलेंजेस होते हैं. आई डोंट थिंक मुश्किल है, बट हमारे लिए जो सबसे पाकिस्तान में काम करने का जो सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज है, वो ये है कि बिकॉज ऑफ ग्लोबली जो भी मीडिया दिखाता है कि अनसर्टेन सिचुएशन है, ये वो, जो कि मेरे हिसाब से तो नहीं है, बट मीडिया जो दिखाता है लोगों को, ग्लोबल मीडिया वो कुछ और दिखाता है. जो लोग यहाँ आते हैं वो कहते हैं यहाँ कि वी आर, दिस इज लाइक an amazing country, and it is. I mean, the people are so warm, the food is great, everything is good. यहाँ पे आप डिफेंस इधर क्लिफ्टन कहीं भी सदर वगैरह कहीं पे भी जाओ, कोई क्राइम इतना नहीं है जो पहले एक जमाने में शायद होता होगा, तो नहीं है.
And the talent is good.
सब यही तो कह रहा हूँ कि इतना लोगों को मजा आता है यहाँ के. तो अब बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्लोबल मीडिया, जो बड़ी कंपनीज है वही इन्वेस्ट नहीं करती, और जब वो इन्वेस्ट नहीं करती, तो हम जैसों को अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है कि हम उनको रिप्रेजेंट कर लें या उनका बिजनेस हम कर लें. बिकॉज अगर आप हमारे बिजनेस को अगर आप देखोगे, एंड इफ यू कंपेयर इट, लाइक इवन इंडिया को कंपेयर करें, द ग्लोबल कंपनीज आर इन द टॉप 5 पोजीशंस और टॉप 10. पाकिस्तान में सारी लोकल कंपनीज हैं. So it's amazing. I mean, this is helping us. So I think कि पाकिस्तान की जो सिचुएशन है, जो भी है, मैं तो कहता हूँ अच्छी है. Because I've been working here for 25 years. मुझे को बहुत बड़ा आते हैं challenges, ऊपर नीचे होता है, but then you make your way through it, and you swim, because you have to stay alive, so you swim. But I feel that there is huge opportunity for people to do business here than any other country, because इधर अगर थोड़ी बहुत अनसर्टेनिटी लोगों को नजर आ रही है, तो उसमें अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत है.
And that I also agree, because when I started in 2023, I see Pakistan is a great market, right? But then you see a lot of people, they want to move out of Pakistan What do you have to say? Because I mean, realistically, a lot of people will not go, or even if they go, they will not do well because the opportunity versus vis-a-vis the environment. What is it that they need to do differently to be successful here?
So it's a myth. Success, as I told you, I mean, nobody can guarantee
Huh,
success. कि मैं ये करूँगा and this will happen.
huh,
Nobody can guarantee it. I've told you few ingredients what you need to
huh,
put into this pot and
huh,
the food will come
huh,
out right. But chance देना पड़ता है. You have to take a chance. And as I said, just do your things fair and square. Don't try to take shortcut. Don't try to take
huh,
advantage of people. जिस दिन आपने किसी का हक मारा उस दिन आपकी जिंदगी
huh.
खत्म हो जाएगी.
खत्म हो जाए.
तो अगर आप बिजनेस कर रहे हो तो आप चुपचाप अपने एज आई सेड बी ऑन द पिच. ये नहीं हो सकता कि आपने आज शुरू किया कल टुमारो यू से ओ यार आई एम नॉट डूइंग वेरी वेल.
हाँ,
इट डजंट हैपन लाइक दैट. Every industry has its time. Just for example, in our industry, COVID,
हाँ,
everybody was, a lot of people had problems in COVID.
hmm,
I think shipping industry was booming at its centuries में ऐसा नहीं होता. तो हम पिच पे थे, we were on the pitch, वो बैट बॉल्स आ रही थी, हम छक्का लगा रहे थे. So
hmm,
you have to be at the pitch and you have to believe in yourself and you have to believe in what you're doing. The moment you don't believe, stop, don't do it. Go find a job or do whatever you want to do.
hmm.
But until you have belief, you will never be successful. The belief is very, very important. And I would say that, I mean, people should not be dejected or they should
Hmm.
not take a U-turn because things are not happening their way. Things will happen your way. You have to make it
You
work.
have to make
You
it
have to
work.
make it work.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, sometimes when they say, let's move to another country or to a different situation, but you're taking yourself with you.
बट खुश
That,
नहीं है. मुझे
हाँ,
ये बताओ कितने लोग पाकिस्तान, मेरे तो बहुत दोस्त
हाँ,
पढ़ने गए थे वहीं रह गए.
हाँ,
मैं जब जाता हूँ वो कहते हैं यार आई विश हम पाकिस्तान आ सके वापस.
हाँ,
They love
हाँ,
come. When they come here for a vacation, the
हाँ,
day they have to go back, वो आंसू से रोते हैं.
हाँ,
So like lifestyle, what they live over there is
हाँ,
very, very
हाँ,
tough. I mean, if you look at Canada, US,
हाँ,
वहाँ पे लोगों को सुबह 6 बजे उठना पड़ता है, अपनी गाड़ी की वो शवल को आइस खुद निकालनी पड़ती है, कपड़े खुद इस्त्री करने पर.
हम्म,
यहाँ तो लोगों के पास मतलब माशाल्लाह ज़बरदस्त लाइफ है, जॉइंट फैमिली सिस्टम है. हमारा तो जैसे जॉइंट फैमिली है, सब कुछ हमारा घर पे हर चीज़ रेडी होती है, खाना भी रेडी होता है, ये भी होता है. एंड इधर the culture that we have, it's so amazing when these foreigners they come, they're like shocked. How do you
हाँ,
do this? And they are not even accustomed. They cannot actually visualize कि ये हो रहा है.
हाँ,
But हम मजे में सारे.
yeah.
तो हमारा सबका अपना अपना जॉब बंधा हुआ है. And I think बाहर जितने लोग जाते हैं, yes, some people really make it big.
I think
बहुत
some do
सारे लोग हैं
well.
who've
हाँ,
done really well. And yes,
yes,
I mean there is opportunity because देखो बड़ी markets है ना.
yeah,
If you talk about America, it's a huge market.
हाँ,
They used to say it's a land of opportunities,
हाँ,
but today I think the land of opportunity is Dubai. So like people going to Dubai have done extremely
हाँ,
well. I know a lot of people who went to Dubai and they were not doing really well in life, and suddenly things change, and it's so amazing to see because talent to hai na.
हाँ,
People are talented, people have the passion, people have everything. बड़ा जब आप बड़ी पाई में जाओगे तो आपको ज्यादा खाने को मिलेगा.
हाँ,
छोटी पाई में तो
हाँ,
पाकिस्तान की पाई तो छोटी है
हाँ,
बिकॉज आपका कितना टोटल जीडीपी, आपकी कितनी
हाँ,
इकोनॉमी, मतलब हमारी
हाँ,
पीएसएक्स देख लें आप.
हम्म,
वो एक इंडिया की कंपनी टाटा कंसल्टेंसी हमारी पीएसएक्स से बड़ी है.
हम्म,
तो मतलब you have to understand कि yes, the pie is small, but there is of course a lot of opportunity there.
yeah,
But if you go to a bigger pie, then yes, you're taking a bigger chance. But
hmm,
then the chances of you growing humongously is also there.
yeah,
So when that happens, but everybody has their own choices. I think वही मैंने बात की ना कि contentment जब आ जाती है तो फिर आपको इतना ज़्यादा वो नहीं लगता
yeah,
कि इधर चले जाएं उधर. It's
yes.
you're happy in what you're doing.
एंड पैशन बट एक जो आर्ग्यूमेंट है
Mhm.
is के okay we are talking about a certain strata of the society in Pakistan who are doing well, what about the rest? But I think what I want to emphasize here, especially coming back to your story, as you said, you started working very early when you were still in college because
Yeah.
you had to contribute financially,
Yes.
right? And from there, so my question is, there is obviously there are challenges, आपकी family के challenges होते हैं, society के challenges होते हैं, but you've got to find your passion, your success in that. And that doesn't always mean that you have to relocate. If it happens, great, but you can also create that success around you.
Yeah, I think जो ज़िंदगी में होना है, as I said, मेरा अपना बिलीफ है कि 90% किस्मत है.
हाँ,
So I think whatever has to happen will happen. it's up to you where you want to do it.
Ah.
So if anybody asks me, I don't think I can live in any other country than Pakistan. It's impossible. Like I can't even think. जब मैं अमेरिका जाता था, so I had a big opportunity. I could have started a company there, and then only Pakistan, I could have sold for Pakistan because the importers are the same. They're buying from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China. I could have, I was offered a lot to stay there, set it up, and then my pie would have been maybe 1,000 times more than what it is today. But I don't think I can ever. At that time I didn't think I could live there, and today I don't think I can live anywhere.
It's and knowing yourself is very important.
And I feel कि ज़्यादा क्या करना है? What are you going to do? You're not going to live in this world forever. So
Yacht ले
जितनी
लेंगे.
आपकी ज़िंदगी है, आप उतना मज़े कर लो, अच्छी तरह रहो खुद. And if your life is good, you don't need to make. कहते हैं ना, until it's broken, don't try to mend it. So if it's good,
that's true.
be happy. Keep people around you happy. Distribute to humanity. किसी की खुशी होगी, आपको जब खुशी आएगी उसका अलग ही लेवल है.
Shared happiness
Shared
is
happiness
amazing.
is amazing.
So what's the vision for SeaGold?
Vision. So as I said कि जब स्टार्ट किया था तो भी ये विजन नहीं था कि जहाँ मैं, बट अभी ये है कि because हम after so many years we have so many people, so I have a lot of these people who come in and they give me like I call them my family. We call it the SeaGold family. The SeaGold family comes and tells me कि हम ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए. Yes, growth opportunities बहुत हैं कि हम दूसरे मुल्कों को देखें, करें. थोड़ा सा चैलेंजिंग होता है कहीं नई जगह जाना, ये वो, बट आई थिंक स्लो एंड स्टडी वी आर लुकिंग एट ग्रोइंग इनटू अदर मार्केट्स एज
So
वेल.
internationally
Yeah.
expanding. And you're already in Bangladesh and
Yes,
few other
in
countries?
Myanmar, Bangladesh, Dubai, and Pakistan.
Okay.
But I think there are, like, Vietnam is a very, I mean, it's like a very, very, as I said, huge market. It's very like aggressive, and there's a lot of things going on over there. And I think it's only going to grow. So some people said that we should do that. So we're going slow because it's not easy. But we do have plans, and to grow organically. And going into some other countries where there is a vibrant country में जाएंगे हम. स्लो कंट्री में नहीं जाएंगे. हाँ, बिकॉज हम खुद भी लाइक एनर्जी है तो हमें चाहिए कि वाइब्रेंट हो. So that's what we're going to do.
That's true and amazing. So good luck
Thank you.
on your journey. अब हमारा एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग सेगमेंट होता है which is called a rapid fire round.
Okay.
ठीक है, तो आप तैयार रहें, हम आपसे कुछ भी सवाल कर लेंगे.
करें.
ठीक है. Squash or cricket?
Squash.
And why is that?
Because I love it. It's my passion. I play every day. So
What do you like about squash?
मैंने हर गेम खेला है दुनिया में. I played every game.
हाँ.
Squash, if you play proper squash, उससे अच्छा गेम कोई नहीं, because आपकी सारी स्ट्रेस खत्म हो जाती है. You burn 500-600 calories in a 1 hour game, and you become like a newborn baby after the game. So कोई गेम में ये satisfaction नहीं है जो मैंने सब स्पोर्ट खेले. मैंने क्रिकेट खेली, हॉकी, फुटबॉल, टेबल टेनिस, बैडमिंटन, स्विमिंग. I've played every sport at a good level. वो कहते हैं ना, jack of all है हम. Master of none.
And your team, how do they describe you in one word?
पागल.
Mad. And like in a good way or like mad?
In a good way,
mad?
of course.
And what does it mean when they
It
say
means
mad?
कि मतलब मुझे कुछ करना होता है तो मैं फिर पागल हो जाता हूँ, कर देता हूँ उसको. तो वो कहते हैं सर आपके अगर कुछ होता है ना तो दिमाग में you just don't stop. So yeah,
and
they
you
call
just
me.
go ahead and do it.
They call me
Acha,
पागल.
one business myth that you want to eliminate, that you feel people talk about it but actually it has no relevance.
I think haste.
जल्दी नहीं.
जल्दी नहीं करना चाहिए. थोड़ा सा चीज़ों को थोड़ा सा मैं नहीं हूँ ऐसा. मैं तो हेस्ट में मैं बहुत I take quick decisions and I just do things like बस ये हो जाए. But I think haste is something that I would probably want to eliminate.
And anything you learned, something you did and you said, I shouldn't have done it in
मुझे
business?
ऐसा नहीं लगता कि कोई ऐसी चीज़ हुई हो जो एक चीज़ है जो I mean सब वो तो कॉमन चीज़ है, बट हमने हर एक पे ट्रस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. You cannot trust everyone. But my way of life is कि I take people on face value. अगर मुझे कोई आके बोलेगा कि मैंने मतलब ऑरेंज सॉक्स पहनी है तो मैं देखना नहीं चाहूँगा, मैं बोलूँगा ओके पहनी होगी. So I trust people and I think इतना ज़्यादा ट्रस्ट शायद नहीं करना चाहिए. हर एक को नहीं करना चाहिए.
अच्छा, कोई डिसीजन इंट्यूशन, बिजनेस डिसीजन जो कि इंट्यूशन पे लिया हो and it has worked?
SeaGold, 100% intuition.
तो इंट्यूशन क्या थी?
Because I used to work in the same industry and I said I have to do something within this industry because I felt that I learned something. I learned some tricks of the trade which were positive, and I felt कि ये अगर होगा तो मुझे लग रहा था कि intuition थी कि सही होगा. And I didn't have the money, as I said, so my business partner borrowed money from his dad, and that's how it started. But 100% instinct पे हुआ.
And when
और
did
ये
you?
suddenly हुआ था. We were sitting at a friend's office,
Yeah.
I remember. We used to have at that time Friday lunches होते हैं हमारे. उसका white board था, and I just started scribbling कि ये हम करेंगे ये मेरे customers हैं, and it was just sudden. I mean, there was no plan. I just started writing on that whiteboard, and it happened
And when did you realize कि हाँ सही decision लिया है ये?
every day since
Okay.
start.
Even when it wasn't making any money?
Well, we've never been in red from day one.
Hmm.
We've never been in red from day one. 1st September 2000, and September was positive.
So that's really good, right? Because a lot of people they struggle when they don't
There
make
could have
money.
been a couple of months. I mean, मुझे इतना अच्छा तो याद नहीं है because 25 साल हो गए. There could have been a couple of few months in the whole journey where we would have been in red, but negligible. So I every day and we were growing every day. Because शुरू में तो growth मिलती है ना हर
हाँ
company
हाँ.
को. Initially you grow, but after certain time then the growth becomes like you don't become stagnant, but the growth percentage becomes relatively small. So I mean वो हर company के साथ होता है. So I think हर दफा मैंने सोचा कि सही किया.
Yeah, अच्छा. And one personality trait that people misjudge about you.
And that I wouldn't know, ask people.
But कोई ऐसी चीज you listen
मुझे
and you
नहीं
say कि
लगता.
नहीं that's not me.
uh, no, I don't know. I've never thought of that, honestly.
हाँ.
मुझे नहीं समझ
ये लोग
आता.
कुछ नहीं कहते.
ये लोग
ये
कहते हैं
you know your team
मेरे
ऐसा.
सामने तो नहीं बोले, पीछे बोले तो मैंने सुना नहीं. सामने तो नहीं सुनी.
Okay. अच्छा, so communication, email, call or voice note. What do you prefer?
Depends on what the situation is,
हाँ.
but I prefer कि written text आए तो best है.
Written text.
हाँ, WhatsApp पे या text
हाँ हाँ
message
WhatsApp.
वो best है. अगर
अच्छा.
छोटा मामला है, मगर अगर of course मामला बड़ा तो phone call या meeting, physical बातचीत
हाँ
सब
हाँ
कुछ
हाँ of course. And if you want in business, you would be.
singer.
Ah. And कौन सी type की singing?
पुरानी Indian Kishore,
Amazing.
Mukesh.
हाँ, I love Bollywood too. So amazing.
I can't sing, but I think I would have if I wasn't doing business.
If I give you money, where would you today? Where would you invest in?
Logistics again.
Which area of logistics?
So I would say technology.
And tell us more about technology in logistics.
I feel with AI coming in and the way the world is changing, तो अभी तो कुछ टाइम लग गया, बट अभी आप देखना कि अगले 3 महीने 6 महीने में साल में there'll be such rapid changes in every industry कि हम जैसे वो शुरू में वो आया था ना कंप्यूटर,
हाँ
तो
हाँ
लोगों को
हाँ.
पता नहीं था कि
Y2K.
emails ये
हाँ हाँ
टक 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 it
हाँ हाँ
became like
हाँ.
so now everything will be done by technology. I think a lot of jobs will be redundant, and I mean I'm not a believer कि हम लोगों को निकालें, but जब efficiency होगी, accuracy होगी, तो कोई भी पीछे नहीं हट सकेगा. We'll have to do it. So we are also very actively pursuing a lot of
Yeah.
automation within our company, and I've hired this company that's doing a lot of automation. But I feel that technology is where one needs to invest, and if you do it, but technology तो बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है ना, तो हर industry के अलग-अलग वो है. I would, if I have a blank check, I would invest in technology within logistics.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ayaz.
you.
Thank you for joining Growth Gatherings and wish you
Thank
all
you
the
for
best.
having me.
At Growth Gatherings, we share stories from people who are building a better future. So if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family.